if you needed any proof that space is fake and that all the utopic visions of the future are nothing more than propaganda steering the masses into a prison planet, look no further than the modern COVID 1984 circus that we currently find ourselves in. You know, when you watch old cartoon shows like the Jetsons or you watch sci-fi movies, the future is supposed to be an incredible place where technology evolves and advances, and the perks of technology, flying cars and robots that do everything for you. It's supposed to liberate you. Living in these compact city centers, where the collective pooling of the human brain power leads to incredible technologies and talents and art and all these great things. And I think in many ways you can argue that you can find that in these compact city centers where the human mind is pulled together. The brain power, the muscle, the mind muscle is exercised to manifest and create so many great things. But then again, you look at it again and you're like, wait a minute. In every utopic vision of the future that I've ever seen in Hollywood and movies and cartoons and television, you were never supposed to muzzle yourself and deprive yourself of oxygen. You know, it's funny, there's this TikTok video that was going viral recently. Like this fashionable like book bag astronaut helmet thing. And he's like a book bag with like a plastic, you know, sort of a bendable plastic window on it. And you put this fucking book bag on, you zip it up, it covers like the top third of your body, and you look like a moronic astronaut retard. And it's got like vents on the back to like ventilate air. It's the most moronic, goofy looking thing, but it's marketed in this commercial. It's like this pioneer of the future, this incredible step forward. Look how futuristic it looks, and fashionable and futuristic. And it's like, I'm thinking to myself, you're acting like life on Earth is life on some alien hostile planet. You're supposed to wear a fucking astronaut suit when you're going to Mars, which doesn't exist, by the way. Planet Earth doesn't even exist because we don't live on a planet. You know, it's just like, and so, you know, it's like, talk about not progressing. You know, the reason you take an astronaut suit to Mars is so that you can endure the toxic alien environment while you populate it with trees, oxygen, water, so then you can rip the stupid thing off, your stupid astronaut suit. You can rip it off and just breathe and be happy and freely, right? That's the point. We talk about going to Mars. We're going to go to Mars. We're going to go to Mars, and we're going to populate other planets. We can't even live on Earth at this point. We have to walk around with muzzles and masks. We have to walk around with muzzles and masks like we're aliens in our own home. We've become foreign alien creatures in our own home. We've become foreign alien creatures in our own home. Walking around in fucking book bag astronaut helmet things like it's fashionable and cool because you're scared of the coronavirus. You're scared of the coronavirus. Yeah, talk about progress. Yeah, the Jetsons really talked about that. No, nobody in the Jetsons walked around with masks on, afraid to breathe air. So it's funny because this interplanetary vision where we're all supposed to be progressing towards this outer space tranny future is leading us to a prison planet. Not interplanetary exploration, just the prison planet, where you walk around with a muzzle. Oh, here's another funny thing. A friend of mine showed me this the other day. Women now, because when women wear, and I'm sorry, 2020 was probably the worst year for women. I mean, it was the worst year for women. No offense, it's been the worst year for everybody, but especially women, because if you turn on the television and you watch marketing, the men who run marketing agencies, the billionaire men who run television, they market women as these incredible angel vanguards of the species, and men are just your dumb husband's just an idiot, and the woman's just like, I'm sighing, just like in the commercials. I'm sighing, my husband's such a goofball idiot, and I'm just a modern woman, doing my part, towing the line for the species. Women are they're promoted as vanguards of the species. Women have failed so epically to live up to that. No offense to women, men have failed too. Men are muzzling their children. Men are putting masks on their kids. The instinct, to be like, I shouldn't be sliding that mask over my child's face and asphyxiating him. The instinct isn't there for men and for women. But again, when you turn on the TV and the mainstream media, billionaire marketing on television, you're not told that men are vanguards of the species. You're told women are vanguards of the species. And women have failed so epically. They've just failed to live up to the hype in the marketing. The motherly instinct to protect and defend her children. And you got just a massive number of women are just slapping that mask on their kids, and they don't even think twice about it. So a friend of mine sent me a video the other day, because now that women have to wear the muzzles, it's funny, like women claim to be like, oh, street harassment, don't hit on women on the street harassment. Remember that whole thing? The women are so uptight that, how dare you compliment a woman on the street, how dare you. And then Bill Gates comes along, some scrawny nerdy little white guy, and slides a mask over women's faces, and what do women do? They shut their mouths and they put the mask on. So again, it's just a really bad year for everybody, women included. But and so there's an issue now. This, again, my friend sent me this, where when women wear the mask, it messes up their makeup. Imagine wearing makeup under a mask. So it messes up with their makeup. So now they have like this plastic muzzle, looks like the Hannibal Lecter. And you got women literally walking around with like dog muzzle things underneath the mask to protect their makeup. What a fail. What happened to the motherly instinct that we're told about when you turn TV on, and women are always, oh, my stupid husband, oh, I'm just towing the line for the species. Women are the vanguard of the species. When a woman spreads her legs, it's only to the right suitor. And then your suitor is now literally, no problem at all, putting the mask over your children's faces. So, no. Vanguards of the species, epic fail. 2020 has been a great year. It's really exposed everybody for who they truly are and what they actually claim to actually care about. It's been a great year. I have to say, the fake pandemic has been a great year. For me, this has been a great year. Oh man, it's been a horrible year, but it's been a good year. Because man, people got exposed. Man, all the illusions were gone. All the illusions are finally gone, man. And if you're somebody who doesn't sort of fit in with the general masses of idiots, COVID-idiots, it's been very reassuring to really see people for who they are, without all the wizardry and the gamma spell binding in the way. So women are now walking around with like literally Hannibal Lecter muscles under the mask to protect their makeup. So this is how far we've fallen. So this is the future that we were supposed, space exploration, the future, technological progress, 100% focus on materialism was supposed to bring us to this grand sci-fi future where flying cars and robots do all these menial tasks for you, and the human species liberates itself into the heavens, exploring other worlds. And that's what this materialist paradigm was supposed to bring us. It was supposed to bring us a utopia. Guys, are we stepping into a utopia or a dystopia? Okay, yeah, we're stepping into a dystopia. That's right. So we're stepping into a damn dystopia right now. And you know, I think there's a I think I have an explanation for why it's backfiring. Why is it backfiring? Why is it backfiring? I think I have an explanation. Space isn't real. The sci-fi utopia that we were promised was actually just an escapist fantasy to get us to drive ourselves right off a cliff. Right into the muzzle. Right into the muzzle. And most people have fallen for it. And I just want to say real quick, I want to say thank you to Flat Earth. You know, I have to say that Flat Earth was one of the key reasons I found myself out here today. Out of the big cities, remote work, and which, by the way, is the hottest new trend, remote working. And out here, building my own shipping container home on a homestead. A big part of that, without a doubt, was thanks to Flat Earth. 100%. Flat Earth played a big role in it. Realizing that space is fake, realizing that there is nowhere to go, help justify my mind pulling out of the system, pulling out of the trajectory and the momentum of the big cities, where all the collective minds, the human brains, are supposed to pull together, and through mind muscle are supposed to create the grand utopia that we were promised in the fictions, in the sci-fi, in the Star Trek, and the Star Wars. But we haven't gotten that. No way, Jose, we haven't gotten that. We have fallen epically short. So, to me, that's kind of a sign that space is fake. It's the fact that we live in this dystopian future where people have to wear muzzles and act like they're aliens on Earth, like afraid to breathe air. That's because there is no, we've hit a wall, figuratively and maybe literally. We've hit a wall in this grand pursuit of space exploration and human progress. Okay, this ties into evolution as well. You started off as a stupid, pointless microbe, you became a stupid, pointless monkey, and eventually you're going to transcend into the heavens and become a space tranny androgynous astronaut, right? Well, I think the reason that we've actually just found ourselves in a dystopic nightmare of muzzles, is because we've hit a wall in that narrative, that false narrative of progress. Maybe you call that wall the ice wall. Maybe you call that wall the dome. But we've hit a wall, so to speak. And that's why it's backfiring, because it was always off the edge of a cliff. We were never moving towards anything worthwhile. If space isn't real, and the promise of human evolution isn't grounded in reality, then eventually reality will smack you in the face. Reality will smack you in the face. The truth always checks. Nature and truth correct. They self-correct. That's what 2020 was. It was a massive correction. All the lies and delusions got corrected. And the only fucking way to function in this world after this correction is to tell yourself that there's a big bad boogeyman virus coming to get you. We all need to stop breathing air, put on an astronaut book bag thing, and hide in our fucking basements. Because that's what sci-fi promised us, right? No. I did a stream, I think, before 2020, Late 2019, I did a stream titled Flat Earth Return to Nature. Flat Earth Return to Nature. It should be here on library. I'll put a link in the description. You gotta check that one out. This is when I announced that I'm leaving the cities. First time in my life, born and raised in cities, and I'm moving out to build a shipping container home on a homestead. And it was called Flat Earth Return to Nature. And I will say for like 15 years I have had a strong desire to garden and grow food. That was also a key part of what brought me out here. Again, the timing was almost perfect. And I don't know what forces came together that brought me to here. But here I am, and I'm thankful as hell. In fact, somebody's clearing out the lot behind me. The lot behind me is getting cleared out right now as I speak. A lot of lots are getting cleared out here. A lot of people are fucking moving out to rural areas, which again has been enabled in part by remote work. The hottest new trend, the modern day PhD, remote work. No debt, no student loan debt. Anyway, so man, we're 16 minutes now. So that's the essence of what I wanted to say is, the reason that the sci-fi future is backfiring on us is because it's not real. And reality has to self-correct. The earth is flat, space probably isn't real. This is it, friends. This is it. What more could you want? But they're trying to take this away from us. We haven't even made it to Mars yet, and they're taking Earth away from us. Because now you got to walk around with a giant book bag astronaut helmet on and alienate yourself. Literally alienate. Think about that word, alienate yourself. Alienate yourself. Alienate yourself. You're turning yourself into an alien on your own home planet. As you put on a fucking shield, you look like an astronaut walking around. Or just even the mask. You're alienating yourself. You're turning yourself to an alien on your own home Earth, home planet. Let alone when you land on fucking Mars. They're taking away the most divine, precious jewel there is. This fucking world right here. And look, this world isn't perfect. Don't get me wrong. It's not like this world is perfect. It's not like there isn't carnage. I step outside and there's bugs and lizards going to war against each other. This place that I live in has required grueling work. And it's not just, I haven't just been able to build it myself. I've had the help of my dad, who's come up when he's had the chance to, because he likes this kind of stuff. He likes to help. I didn't even have to ask the guy. He just loves this kind of work. I've had to hire engineers to sort of create the basic idea for the concrete foundation, some of the structural stuff with the container home. I'm going to have to hire a crane company. I'm waiting for his call back, so really, it's crane day. It's in their court now. I'm just waiting for the call back from the crane company. Put the cranes on top. Just to have a nice home requires a lot of work and a lot of brains coming. There's random Chinese people, so in another continent across the sea, that put their brains together to make these shipping container homes in a factory. They got to do welding, put parts together. I mean, if you look at videos on how shipping containers are made in factories, it's insane. So life isn't perfect. It's hard. If you don't put your brain power to use, you won't have a house. You won't have a shelter to protect you from the elements. So I'm not saying that this world is perfect. But what I am saying is that denying and suppressing this reality isn't the solution either. And for that matter, concocting imaginary fantasy space lands isn't the solution either. And I understand that a lot of atheists who like to believe in space, that's their fucking goddamn crack religion. They're bitter about the world. They're angry, they're bitter. I mean, that's the essence of an atheist. And that's why so many of them, it looks like, I swear to God, I don't think I've ever seen an atheist who doesn't just consume tons of liquor and alcohol. They're depressed. They're angry. They're frustrated at the cruelty of this world. And I get it. I get it. No wonder they want to believe that we were monkeys. And that at some point in the future, we're going to become better than we are now. Because they don't want to go back to nature. Because nature is cruel. Nature is cruel. I guess better to think you're a monkey. Shit, I guess that makes sense. If you're angry at the world because of its cruelty, you look in the mirror, you want to believe that you're a monkey. And I don't know. I don't know what the answer to the world is. But I know that there's no evidence we live on a globe. And that basically invalidates space by extension. But there's so much beauty in this life. There's so much beauty on this earth that it's a shame that we're alienating ourselves from it to live in a fantasy that by definition isn't real. Okay, I think I've rambled long enough. I want to say thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate it all. Again, if you haven't followed me already on Library/Odyssey, Library, you know, blockchain based, decentralized, sort of a cryptocurrency type of video platform. Fucking great, fantastic. They also created Odyssey. It's sort of it's like a simplified version of Library with a kind of a more mainstream appeal. So it's technically the same thing. You can find, you know, any video I post on Library is automatically on Odyssey and vice versa. So you just pick your choosing. If you like the Odyssey experience more, watch me on Odyssey. If you like the Library experience more, watch me on Library. But again, if you haven't already followed me on Library, click those links below. Check out the Patreon link below as well. And that is it for today. Thank you guys for watching. I'll keep you guys posted. Crane Day, it's in the crane company's court. I'm waiting for them to give me the call. So it's time, guys. Okay, later.